Welcome back to today's episode of Bugs, Buzz, and Beyond. Today, we're diving into the world of two of the most well-known and beloved insects, honeybees and bumblebees. But before we begin, here's something fun to look forward to. At the end, we'll have a trivia segment with 3 questions based on what you'll learn today. So listen closely and see if you can get all of them right. Our topic for today is honeybees versus bumblebees. Let's start with honeybees. When most people think of bees, they usually picture the honeybee. Honeybees have been around humans for thousands of years. In fact, evidence of humans harvesting honey goes all the way back to ancient cave paintings. What makes honeybees so fascinating is how organized they are. Inside the hive, life is like a well-run city. The queen bee, who is much larger than the others, is the mother of the entire colony. She can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day during peak season, ensuring that the colony keeps growing. Worker bees, which are all female, are the backbone of the hive. They build the wax combs, collect nectar and pollen, feed the larvae, protect the hive, and of course, produce honey. Male bees, or drones, have a much simpler purpose. Their main role is to mate with the queen, after which they die. It may sound grim, but that's their natural role in the survival of the colony. One of the most incredible things about honeybees is their form of communication. The waggle dance isn't just random movement. It's a highly advanced system where the angle of the dance shows direction and the length of the waggle shows distance to the flowers. It's almost like a living map. Without saying a word, the bees can share precise information that allows the entire colony to work together like one mind. Now let's turn to the bumblebee, the honeybee's rounder, fuzzier cousin. Bumblebees are often seen as friendlier looking because of their fluffy bodies and deep, gentle buzz. While honeybees are golden and slender, bumblebees are bulkier with thick hairs that help them carry pollen. Their colonies are much smaller, usually made up of a few hundred bees. And unlike honeybees, they don't stockpile large amounts of honey. Instead, they produce just enough to feed their colony. That's why humans don't farm bumblebees for honey. What bumblebees lack in honey production, they make up for in pollination power. They are experts at buzz pollination, where they grab onto a flower and vibrate their flight muscles at just the right frequency to shake out pollen that's otherwise stuck inside. Flowers like tomatoes, eggplants, and blueberries depend heavily on this technique. Without bumblebees, these crops would struggle to grow in abundance. Farmers even use commercial bumblebee colonies in greenhouses to improve crop yields. People also often confuse bees with wasps. Honeybees and bumblebees are generally gentle unless provoked, while many wasps can be more aggressive. Honeybees can sting only once because their stingers are barbed and get stuck, causing them to die afterward. Bumblebees, however, have smooth stingers and can sting multiple times, although they rarely do unless threatened. This difference often surprises people, since both insects look somewhat similar but behave very differently when defending themselves. Beyond their differences, honeybees and bumblebees share one crucial thing in common. their importance to nature and to us. They pollinate countless plants and are responsible for a significant portion of the food we eat. Without bees, wild ecosystems would lose their flowers and fruits, and humans would lose many crops we depend on daily. That's why protecting their habitats, planting bee-friendly flowers, and reducing pesticide use are all steps we can take to ensure they continue to thrive. Now, let's see how much you remember from today's journey with a short trivia game. Ready? Let's get started. Question 1. Which insect performs a waggle dance to share the location of food? A. Bumblebee. B. Honeybee. C. Dragonfly. D. Butterfly. Correct answer, B. Honeybee. Honeybees are the only insects that perform the waggle dance. This unique movement tells other bees the exact direction and distance of flowers. It's like a built-in GPS that helps the colony stay efficient. Bumblebees don't dance like this. They rely on memory and scent trails instead. Dragonflies and butterflies don't use such communication at all. Question 2. Bumblebees use a special method called buzz pollination. What does this mean? A. They hum loudly to attract flowers. B. They vibrate their bodies to release pollen. C. They chase away other insects with buzzing sounds. D. They flap their wings rapidly to shake pollen loose. Correct answer, B. They vibrate their bodies to release pollen. This technique, also called sonication, allows bumblebees to shake pollen loose from flowers that are usually difficult to pollinate, like tomatoes and blueberries. It's an essential process for agriculture, since honeybees usually can't do it. Without buzz pollination, certain crops would not thrive as well. Question 3. Which statement about honeybees and bumblebees is true? A. Both can sting only once. B. Honeybee colonies are usually smaller than bumblebee colonies. C. Bumblebees can sting multiple times. D. Both species die immediately after stinging. Correct answer, C. Bumblebees can sting multiple times. Honeybees have barbed stingers that get stuck in the skin, causing them to die after stinging. Bumblebees, on the other hand, have smooth stingers that allow them to sting repeatedly, but they usually avoid doing so unless threatened. This difference shows how survival strategies vary even among closely related bees. And that wraps up today's journey into the world of honeybees and bumblebees. Hopefully, you now have a deeper appreciation for these buzzing little creatures that work so hard to keep both nature and our food supply alive. If you enjoy this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.